Give it a second. It always takes a second. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls of all kind. You already know what it is. Emory, tell them what it is.
It's Mason's House Championship.
We're back with another Mason's House Championship. And today, we've got a bunch of new people. We've got some returning favorites. Emory's fighting for his belt against a very unlikely opponent. An undisclosed opponent, but we'll get to that later. You might have read it in the title.
He'll do nothing.
He'll do nothing. But today we've got a great fight. We've got a great fight ahead of us. Let me make sure the audio is working.
Are we going to talk about Nathan Stein using steroid usage?
We don't talk about the steroid scandal.
Okay. I'm glad we got that out.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yep. We're apparently talking about the steroid scandal. Emory, how do you feel about this card?
If you ask the commentator side, it's a great card.
Yep.
If you ask the competitor side, I don't know, I'll have to be honest with you. There's a card?
Quite the toss-up.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, our first fight will be newcomer Austin versus newcomer Heath. You know, two people willing to prove themselves in a series that died a long time ago. The second fight will be newcomer Sean versus newcomer Kyle. That's going to be a good one. I saw them practice earlier. That's going to be a good one.
I don't like that card.
Our third fight will be two fighters who have been in this game a long time. Long time, you know. They're dusting off the shoes. Nate the Great. Nate the Great. He's
The Tickle Monster himself.
the Tickle Monster himself. Actually,
That's a great name.
The dog,
ladies and gentlemen,
Tickle,
Nate 5-5 with 3 TKOs, 2 KOs, one-time champ. Beat Gary for it. Nate the Cookie Monster will be taking on the one and only. Where are my stats at? 2 and 3, the Ginger Ninja Trey with 1 KO and 1 unanimous decision. Beating Emory once. One of the only people to beat Emory.
Oh, was that the time he was on cocaine?
No, that was when I asked forgiveness for my master. And I went all out just that one time.
That is that time. That's going to be a big fight because Trey is ranked number 7 and Nate is ranked number 4, so that's going to be a big fight. But the main event fight is going to be champion Emory versus somebody who's not even on the leaderboards, whose only fight in this whole thing was off stream. The titular Mason, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought this day would come. Mason. We've done it at Mason's house. We named it after Mason's house. How do you feel? How do you feel about Mason as an opponent, Emory? How do you feel about that?
It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a really good fight. I can't wait to get in the ring with him.
Yep.
And it's gonna be interesting. You know, his name's on the belt.
I detect a lot of fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we can go ahead and get this started. Heath, Austin, if you guys would like to take your positions.
Ringside.
So, or you can sit wherever you want, but and then just press the start button on one of the controllers, and we're gonna get this event started. Emory, who do you think's got the upper hand in this match?
Can you just take the headset from me?
Okay.
The Diamond Foyer.
Nathan Stein is a phony. An absolute phony. And I won't get off my back. But Heath, looks he's walking out right now, and we're going to pause the game. We're having some technical difficulties right now. Okay, here we go. And we are live.
Coming up as strong.
And we're just walking in right
He
here.
is pumped up and ready to go.
It's going to be an interesting fight right
Guy
here.
has outstanding takedown defense.
Heath actually had does grappling.
Oh no.
And has some fighter, instincts in him. But this is a video game at the end of the day. So, I think it's about 50-50, to be honest with you. We got Bruce Lee and we have Dustin Poirier. If Heath dishonors me with Bruce Lee, I might have to kill him.
No, Heath is Poirier.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, do not dishonor me. Okay, the swaps. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I can tell they're fighters.
Oh, big shots already.
Oh,
Big shots.
oh my God.
As you can see,
Bruce Lee with the high kicks. He's just.
Heath is in this game. Oh, wait. Yeah, Heath is Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Austin is Bruce.
Ooh, another head kick!
Big kick up top. Big kick.
Finish him! Oh! Oh my God! Let him get up. Let him get up. Let him get up. Let him get up. There we go. There we go. Dustin Poirier off to a bad start. I hope it doesn't go like this when we go to New Orleans to commentate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is insane. I just want to say this fight is already an absolute banger. A master class of a sport.
On the edge of my seat here, folks.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
Dana, call us. Oh, another head kick.
Emory knows the Bruce Lee head kick.
He heard him with that hook.
Really,
It's not.
You could say it was a signature move.
it was.
Thank you.
Signature only.
It worked for me.
Fine line.
Oh, see, I wouldn't have done that personally.
Oh, okay. That. So who do you think's got the upper hand after those two?
I think
big-
Dustin, honestly, after the head kicks, because Dustin has a lot more optional moves. Bruce Lee is very limited in what he's good at, and you can kind of. Oh, they're just having a slugfest right now.
Slugging it out. No, they're slugging for the fences, low stamina. I mean, this is just brutal.
You know, and it's
You know, these two fighters, they've never been in Mason's House Championship before. It's been 10 months since the last episode, and then 2 years since the one before that. I mean, these fighters
They're going at it.
they want to prove themselves right now.
they do want to prove themselves, and they're doing their best. You know, they're struggling, but they. Yeah. Oh, that was a good combo right there.
I know you're wearing the belt right here. Maybe they're seeing it in the reflection, and they're thinking, that's me. That's
Oh, good kick!
Diving punch. Vicious hammer fist.
Oh, hammer fist. Oh, hammer fist. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
Let him get up.
Oh, my God.
Let him get up. Let him fight.
Beast has been unleashed, folks. He can't put it away.
Wow, that bit of a controversial moment.
Get him up,
right
get him
there,
up,
but
get up.
Hey, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Big roundhouse kick. And he connects.
There you go. Good combos.
Combos for Heath right there.
Oh, he came out with the uppercut.
You know, we say it's up to y'all. Whatever y'all want to do in the
It
fight.
is dishonorable, I would say.
It is.
But it is allowed.
There's actually a compliment. Oh, good combos from Bruce Lee. Oh, is he done? No, he's up. Get up. There you go. Hang in there.
Vicious combinations.
You don't know how.
There you go. Good parry. Good parry.
Dustin with some parrying right now. Where's Perry?
Oh, there you go. If I had money on this match for this round, I would say Bruce Lee is
Bruce
winning
Lee
the
is
round.
definitely doing some major things, but you know the judges see it different. You also thought you would have won against Gary.
Oh,
You know, people with common sense would have thought that. And you know,
How did that go? Oh, spinning back fist. Oh,
like that. That's it. That's it. He's done.
the punch on the ground.
Bruce Lee,
How was that guy?
he did not dishonor me.
Joe, here's
Legend, that's a strong word.
Let's take a look at the replay. This is the shot.
Well, that's not Bruce Lee.
Perfect technique. He's clearly in big,
He's not
big
like water.
trouble. Let's take a look at it from
Austin
another angle
gets the
here.
victory on
This
Heath.
is the one that causes the knockdown. And
After that amazing first round,
here's Bruce.
Austin gets the victory on Heath. I mean, that was just a brutal match. Brutal. Wow, the first match back at Mason's House Championship is one for the ages. But it's no surprise who's getting their hand raised after watching that mighty Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee wins
Austin
by
moves up 1-0 in the league. Heath unfortunately takes his first L, but you know, Gary took 2 L's back to back before he beat Emory for the championship. So you know you can never really count anybody out. You know, you leaving? Heard that. That's okay. We're switching up the card a little bit. our
Oh, dude, I'll see you later.
our second fight is going to be between two newcomers, Sean and Kyle. You guys may take the seats. You may take the seats. So we have another Kyle in this league. This is not the Kyle that went 5 losses and no wins. This is a new this is a new Kyle. This is a brand new Kyle. And we will see how he we will see how he did. He actually did get that win. I remember Mason picked him up and shook him when he got the win. It was amazing. So it appears the co-main is being switched around a little bit.
And the always dangerous Ian McCall.
So we can offer you a couple different matches. Take this.
McCall, coming off a great training camp. He is very focused.
Why they discuss business?
Our tale of the tape for this flyweight fight. Both of the fighters are 31.
Here we go. Ian McCall versus Joseph Menendez. Here we go.
But I will come out of retirement for this.
And I think I'm getting some news from upstairs that the match is being replaced with Hunter and Trey. This is going to be crazy. I believe it's going to be Rampage Jackson and Anderson Silva. It's going to be a great match. Stay tuned in for that. Yeah, place your bets on DraftKings if you have a parlay.
Anyway, let's get on to this. We've got Sean as McCall, and we've got Kyle as Benavidez. And this fight is already an absolute.
Right now, I'm thinking it's a draw. It's a draw
Yeah,
right
I think this is a close fight, too close to call for sure off the rip.
Call a draw. That's all I'll say. Oof. I mean, you can really tell there's really no technique but just combos, just straight combos. I'm going to get a combo on you, you're going to get a combo on me, and they're just going to exchange, and that's just not going to work. Someone's going to come up on top. I don't like the look thing. You know, I like being dominant. I like knowing for sure where I'm at in the scoreboard, and right now I don't know where I'm at. And then right now he's fading right now. Hold on. Yeah. And now it's the same thing. Exchange. Exactly. The Kyle name has been shattered.
But Sean is putting the pressure on.
Sean's trying.
Sean, you're fighting against the weight of Kyle's everywhere.
Yep. At least the soul of two.
This is another good elbow right there.
Kyle could not attend. He almost attended.
And it's another good combo.
Found a home for that. Oh, again.
Oh my goodness.
Man, he has landed so much damage.
And it's just like back and forth.
Started to swell now.
Hang in there a little bit. Dodge, parry. Get somebody with a good one.
Actually, Kyle's actually doing some big damage.
Right.
Back on Sean.
That right hook lands.
You know, as a Bruce Lee fan, I'm not seeing any head kicks. It's just elbows and fists. I really feel like they should throw throw a leg out there, just see where it goes. Okay, there's one. I want one in the head.
Gotta watch out. Check those leg kicks, Joe.
I feel like a kid sitting between a divorcing mom and dad.
Is someone talking to me right now?
Doing a really good job of timing the
Stuck in
shots.
the middle of absolute fire right now.
Again, he clips him.
I mean, how do you feel sitting at the table with two people that have beat you in the past?
I feel like I'm just sitting at another table. To be honest with you,
You've only lost to. I
felt like
believe
it-
was me, Trey, and Gary are your only losses.
I'm comfortable. If it's like Thanksgiving dinner, you know, I'm getting the turkey leg. I'm getting whatever I want. I'm picking, I'm grabbing, I'm eating, I'm devouring. And it's a slaughter. It's a slaughter fest, to be honest with you. Just like this fight right here, it's just a lot of exchanges. There's no strategy. Every time I fought somebody with strategy.
Watch for that head kick again.
Nailed him with the right hand.
Oh, big body body kick.
Of course, being
What an exchange!
8-3 with 5 unanimous decisions and 1 split decision.
3 of those
Most
should be
decisions.
declined because they were doing drug usage.
He does. He's the Bilal of Mason's House Championship, the decision man. He's got 2 KOs though, 2-time champion with 2 defenses.
Let it be known with Emory's record, money talks and Mason's House.
Ooh, good combo. Finish him off. You got to keep going after him. Oh! Oh my God! He's sleeping! Tuck him in!
Benavides by knockout. Man.
And it's just bedtime.
Gigantic hook that got
You know what? It's like one of those animations where you're laying on the floor and the cows are just jumping the lambs are just jumping over you.
The lullabies. Oh, look at this. He is out
Here we see
cold.
it from another
Somebody
camera
please
angle.
check that man for concussion.
And then
look at this. Boom.
and it was I'll tell you something. It was a 50-50 shot the whole entire way.
Holy moly.
This man might have been put out of the game for good.
That might. Somebody needs to check on him.
But still, these are like really fun.
And with the official decision.
Yeah.
Here
Well,
is
that's the way that
another-
he goes, you know. Another one bites the dust, as they say.
3 minutes, 45 seconds of the very first round.
The man doesn't even know where he is.
Absolutely crazy fight.
It was a great fight, though. You know what? Fight of the card so far. To be honest with you.
This is actually a really good card so far, I'd say.
Joseph Benavides.
Okay.
So you know what the next fight is now. Next fight is me versus Trey.
Hunter
Sorry,
versus Trey.
Okay. It's okay. I'm coming out
This-
of retirement for this fight.
Did not mean to happen. We apologize to the audience that are watching at home. We know what you paid for. We know what you wanted, and this is not it. This right here is about to be a slugfest.
And Rampage.
Oh, we're gonna have to pause it because due to another technical difficulty. All right, we got some fans in the crowd. I don't like it. They shook hands. Seemed kind of rigged.
Silva is 4 years his elder. He is one
Well, you got Anderson Silva and Rampage Jackson. Anderson Silva is one of the known greats in this division.
Here is Bruce
Dominated Spider Monkey, I believe they called him. Rampage Jackson once had a fight and his balls were hot, and he had to take out his pants. Trey is a ginger and lives in Hunter lives in the area code of 3. We got the Wolf, and then we have the Ginger King. And here we go. Anderson Silva, Rampage Jackson, lightweight, heavyweight.
very technical.
And just another, wow. All right, we're starting off to a strong start. Trey with a fucking knee to the head of Anderson Silva, and then a Superman punch. I want to see a lot more strategy here with Rampage and with Anderson Silva. And, okay, we're getting little combos. So the thing about Rampage is that he's not really good with head kicks. He's more of a heavyweight, but he's in the light heavyweight division. And Anderson should really be in the, middleweight. And he's very fast. He can do the head kicks. He can do the elbows.
Very nice.
And yeah, there we see it right there in the head. Attacking the head. And there's a punch to the body. Another punch. Oh, and then a head kick for Rampage. Wow, I stand corrected. And then another. Ooh, and a good combo right there by Trey. All right. He is damaging him up right now. Okay. Trey trying to be a little bit strategic like the last fight that happened. Digging into him. Right now it's just very a strategy fight at this time. Oh, good combos by Anderson. Working on the body right here. Doing a 1, 2, 3. Right now Anderson's in the control. If you can look, Anderson's head is the only thing that's red. You look at Rampage, and Rampage is just kind of banged up
Doing a good job of throwing
to the head and shoulders area.
Really doing a great job of mixing things up. The flying knee.
No. Ooh. Another fucking head kick by Anderson. Rampage just kind of staying in there.
Jackson with a strong hook to the body.
Great exchange.
And he connects with right to the left.
And then just
Great job blocking.
what an odd opponent right here. They're just kind of exchanging hits. There's like, I'm gonna hit you here. I'm gonna hit you here. And we're gonna see who wins. I don't like that. See, the handshake, they're being too cordial. There needs to be hatred in this cage right here, and I don't like it. You know, I think Trey's gonna make it to the second round. How about that?
Good inside leg kick by Jackson.
I think Trey will make it to the second.
Solid hook to the body.
Ooh! And you see, that's why. That's why Trey's gonna make it to the second, because he's gonna pick off things like that. Trey might be a newcomer, but you know, he's proven he belongs.
Good spinning back kick.
This is your commissioner right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, big knee.
Ooh!
In trouble.
Oh my god. And the commish fights back. And then an exchange of heads. You know what? It's like two samurais coming into this cage right here. Oof. Trey's gonna make it to that second round. He's gonna do his adjustments. It's gonna be fine. Oh, and the good combos. See, and, you know, he's hanging in there. He's attacking the head, but he needs to attack the body a little bit more. There you go. Good exchange. There you go. Good kick. Rampage is attacking all over the body now. And then the same move. Wow. That rarely happens in the Mason South Championship League. But that doesn't. That was a good head kick by Anderson. Another elbow move. And then, oh, good jab. Right to the knee again. And the head exposed. Oh! Anderson lipping a little bit. Nice parry. And they're both really drained. Oh! Anderson staying alive. Rampage staying alive. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another 30 seconds. I'll repeat, another 30 seconds in this match. And Rampage is going to make it to the second round. Ooh! And the head kick! Come on. Everyone's rooting for Rampage right now. And another freaking head kick. Right now, Rampage needs to stay a little bit defensive, go for the chest a little bit. Stop being so predictable. And they freaking kicks him. Kicks him again. Good combo. Oh, another good combo. Another good combo. Rampage. And he makes it to the second round. Our first match of the night, making the second. What a slugfest. Rampage, Anderson Silva. I'll be honest with you, I technically with the just hits and knockdowns, Anderson Silva probably won that round. But Rampage showed some potential. He showed some potential right here. Trey showed a lot of potential, and I'm excited for the second round to see if he does anything. And here we go. Second round, and they're gonna. Guys, you know how I feel about touching gloves. I don't like touching gloves. Oh, good parry. Oh, my God. Good head. There you go.
Tries to launch into this punch off the cage, but fell short.
As we go inside the numbers, update the significant strikes line. It's a good block.
Good. There you go. Good defense. There's good head. Really good head. Hunter seems locked in. Trey seems locked in. Good parry by Hunter. Trey combos it in the head, and he folds. He folds like an omelet. Potential head kick right here. Fails. Trey exchanges a kick. Misses jab. Both. Ooh, good jab right there by Trey. Potential missed head kick. Ooh. Now Trey's a little banged up right here. They're all hanging in right here. Nice jab. Ooh, good combos. Ooh, another good hit. Oh, clean. Ooh, he's fading. And there's Anderson Silva doing Anderson Silva things.
Solid shot to the body.
Kicks him right in the chest. Rampage is hurting the head right now. And he's getting comboed up,
Another big body shot.
pieced up. And the same move once more. He needs his energy. Go back. There you go. Hang in there.
He hurt him with that hook.
I mean, look at Anderson's posture. Look how comfortable he's in pressure.
He connects with the hook to the head.
He's deciding the game right now. And then there's the head kick by Rampage. Oh, missed opportunity right there. Ooh.
You know, Joe Vision.
Ooh, good jab.
Because both of his eyes are starting to swell very badly now.
I will say again, Rampage specializes in just upper body, down below body with his fists, not his kicks. His kicks might not do that much. Ooh, there we go. Good hit.
That one blocked.
Rampage showing really good potential this round. Right now, I'm really thinking this is 50-50. I'd be wrong though.
Superman punch. Solid right hook.
Good jabs right here. And the good kick by Anderson. Rampage hanging in there. Her stamina's so low. Oh my goodness, good combos.
These are big strikes.
Oh, that head kick landed.
Another good kick by Anderson.
Swing and a miss.
Hard straight punch.
No. Rampage fighting for his life right now. He's doing good. He just needs like a good upper hand right here where he just knocks him down. He needs a good one of those. Boost him up a little bit. He's hurt all over in the body. His arm, his head, his neck. He doesn't have much to give. Anderson's just kind of damaged in the head. Oh, good jab. And he just needs to keep going with those combos. Keep attacking.
Swing and a miss. Good job blocking the punch. Man, big strike.
Superman punch.
Hard straight punch. Oh, that rocked him. He hurt him bad. Oh, he's in big trouble.
He's rocked. He's rocked.
Final minute of round 2.
Finish him.
Oh, that's a heavy body kick.
Finish him.
Beautiful body shot there, too.
45 seconds.
Interesting. You know, Trey's getting some fans right here. Hunter's getting some fans. And it's just straight body shots right there. Just breaking them up.
Lands a powerful kick.
Oh my, great, beautiful freaking moves right here. Just on the money with him. And then the combo at the end. And he's aiming for the chest. And he's folding. He's folding. He's folding. And it's over. It was always Anderson's game. He decides when to end it.
Excellent timing here.
I'm going to take this mic to the winner right now.
Victory.
Once again,
Hunter, how do you feel after that match?
Here we see
I feel terrible. I feel terrible. Trey was such an amazing opponent. He's such an amazing competitor. But I had to put him down.
And he's out.
The Spider, indeed.
Bruce Bumper.
It was a good match. It was a close one. Trey, how do you feel about that fight?
Talked a lot of trash. I felt like I backed it up about 80%, but that 20%, he wanted it more. My opponent had more drive, more energy, more fire, a warrior spirit. I hope to match one day.
Anderson, the Spider.
That was a great fight. I hope that one day we can actually have Trey versus Nate happen, because that will be the fight of the century. But until that is the fight, that is the new Mason's House Championship coveted fight. But ladies and gentlemen, we actually have an amazing championship fight coming up right now. We actually have Emory, the current champion. He's going to be going against do y'all want to against Mason from Mason's House Championship. So Mason is actually already sitting down, but Emory's not here yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our challenger, Mason. Mason, would you like to say any words? Mason, would you like to say any words? Would you like to say any words to the stream? That's all Mason's got. Well, Mason's already here. But without further ado, I would like you to welcome the reigning, defending, you know what? Let's just break it down. He's got 8 wins. He's got 3 losses. 5 of those wins coming from a unanimous decision. 1 of those coming from split decision. 2 of those coming from KOs. He's a 2-time champion. He beat Kyle, became the champion, the first ever champion, and then he beat Nate for the vacant belt as well. He's got 2 defenses, and he's looking to make it 3. He's 8-3, ladies and gentlemen. He is the only current Mason's House Championship Hall of Famer. He's the only Hall of Famer in the league. He's won Best Villain at the Mason's House Award Ceremony. He won Best Rival. Him and Gary and him and Nate had a tie. Best Fight was given to this man and Gary at the Mason's House Championship Award Ceremony. That was a great fight. But ladies and gentlemen, oh no. Can you get him to unlock his phone? Ladies and gentlemen, he is a fighter. Huh? I actually need him to unlock it. His phone turned off. We had a bit going, and I need it. Emory. The champion. We had to mute that part for copyright infringement, but just know it went crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion Emory is here, and he's got his belt, the Mason's House Championship, official undisputed championship belt. He also comes out with the L Mason.
I'll sign it later.
He'll sign it later. This business falling on tough times, we might need it. Hit it up on eBay. So normally Emory fights as Bruce Lee, and a lot of people try to counter it as Conor McGregor, but today he's fighting as Conor McGregor, and Mason is fighting as Bruce Lee. We have somebody in the chat. Nate850 says, ready to see Mason win. Let's go, Mason.
Nate's a fucking bomb.
Nate said, let's go, Mason. You demand. So you've got the support of Nate in the chat. Somebody in the chat, I don't know who that is, but they said L Mason. L Mason in the chat for Mason, by the way.
Spam L Mason if you want this sign.
Spam L Mason. We will put this on eBay and you'll get a discount code. No, we won't. Are you guys ready? This is a championship fight for this belt. This belt right here. This is on the line. Emory's defense. Oh, you are not ready, says Nate. Emory says you're not ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight. Quick thank you to the sponsor, Red Bull. We're not sponsored by Red Bull, but if we were, thank you. That's all I got to say, really. Trey, what do you have to say about this championship fight?
Well, like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of waves made in the league after this, one way or the other. but the legacy of Mason's House Championship truly hangs in the balance.
I got to think about it like this. You know, if Mason wins, he becomes the new face of the business. You know, he's already got the name of the business, as this series was named after Mason. But you got to think, Mason has only ever fought one time, and it wasn't even streamed. Is this just a fight that Emory was taking just so he could win? I don't know. This is just, he might, is this a ploy? You know, is this just a pity fight? I don't know what's going on, but just better believe the odds in Vegas are crazy. If you bet $1 on Mason, you will win. How much? $1.5 million, they say. $1.5 million. So start your bets big. I have a person behind me stretching. Oh, it's just the champion with his belt. Champion Emory.
Bruce Lee making his way to the octagon.
He's warming up his fingers.
Defend the title.
Mason, oh, Nate's betting the house on Mason. Mason, you need to make him proud. He bet the house.
Nate, what are you moving?
He's focused.
I'll buy you a
He's
new one.
prime. He's making his way towards the cage. His
Mason's
training
House
to this
Championship,
camp has
undisputed
been
championship
absolutely
belt on the line,
spectacular.
ladies and
He
gentlemen.
believes he has a
Mason's
solid
first
game
fight
plan,
since
and
the
his
very first,
mentality
and I
coming
can
into this
tell you
fight
this,
is
the
clear
very
and
first
focused.
episode of Mason's House Championship came out in April 27, 2023, 2 years ago, this April, and Mason wasn't even in that one. He was in the one before that we didn't stream. So I mean, this is just he is rusty, ladies and gentlemen. Historic event. Historic. Emory has the most fights in Mason's House Championship history with 11, and Mason has one that was not streamed. I mean, this is just the odds couldn't be more outweighed here. Oh, somebody's. Who is this? They said Emory the Mason's House go. I ain't even glazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some Emory lovers in the chat, or they could be Mason haters. Yep, we got take Emory out of the Hall of Fame if he loses. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have our first ever reset. Currently, there is only one person in the Hall of Fame, but I actually have some announcements to make after this fight. After this fight, I have some big announcements to make. Yep, this fight is going to be a war, ladies and gentlemen. I will say Mason has had one warm-up round. Emory skipped his warm-up round, as suggested by the commission. Oh, my God. We've got a... You hold LT. We've got a glazer in the chat. They said Emory's House Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have to change the name. If Emory could beat Mason, we might have to call it Emory's House Championship.
850 says, get the fuck out.
We might have to get a new belt and scratch this and in Sharpie write Emory's House Championship. Duct tape, yeah, that could work. Duct tape. Duct tape. Anybody want? There you go. That could be y'all's if y'all train and we do this again at some point. Oh my God, it's Matt. Matt is the one who's been glazing.
Matt, I love you, brother.
Oh my God, Matt. This is the first time this has ever happened. Matt is calling out Nate over the chat. So we might have to see Matt versus Nate.
It's going down, folks.
But we might also have to see Trey versus Nate. These are two fights. Nate has two fights booked right now. He's double booked. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mason is Bruce Lee. Emory is Conor McGregor. This is going to be an amazing fight. I'm excited. Mason can claim the belt.
Black trunks for McGregor.
But does Emory have what it takes?
Make no mistake about it.
Mason.
Conor McGregor
Only
is
time will
free.
tell. That is correct.
Very good at
I mean, this is
utilizing all of his reach, turning that
This is just amazing. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. This is history.
Nate says, you done for.
big roundhouse kick.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, big hit up top from Mason. Mason's actually, oh my gosh, Mason's actually putting some damage on him.
He's showing Emory why it's his house.
Oh my gosh, Mason's actually doing some work. Oh my God.
The hook blocked by McGregor.
Oh, and he goes up top with a kick.
Mason with a head kick up top. Can Mason become the new champion? This is actually crazy. Not to say Mason's abilities are down the train, but Mason has only one win against a person who immediately retired as well. They both retired after their fight.
Oh, that hook did damage. Oh, he is just
100% win rate. Yeah, Mason is undefeated. Emory has lost 3 times. Emory has lost 3 more times than Mason. Oh, but he eats a beautiful flying knee.
Oh, he's going for it.
Matt's saying Emory's only using 1% of his power right now. He might need to activate that rest of it
Powerful
if he
strikes.
wants to take this dub.
He scores with a huge
You know, they do call Emory the decision GOAT because he drags all his fight out to the bitter end. Oh, big hit up top from Emory. Oh my God, Mason is hurt.
He's out. He's out. It's all over.
Let's go!
Turning here to land a huge left for the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen,
check out the action.
Mason has been put down
We see the
by
stunning
Emory.
turn of events that led to our new champion.
And the-
Here's
and-
the shot that lands. Boom.
well, I'm out, says Matt. That's all he needed to see.
Absolutely
The shareholders are
spectacular.
dropping.
Let's see
We
that
might,
again.
we're going under.
Tell Nate to get to moving. Start packing up tomorrow.
And here's
Landlord's calling.
official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, that fight could not have gone crazier. Mason actually started to put in some work on Emory, and everybody's mind was racing with thoughts of a possible champion. But Emory did. Fighters, somebody just died in the audience. Somebody just died. Nope, they're good.
Notorious
They're good.
McGregor is the new UFC featherweight champion.
Wow, that was an amazing fight. You know, Mason showed so much heart, so much potential, but Emory's slithery snake-like abilities waited for one mistake, and he took advantage of it. He put me in the paper and quoted, Emory took advantage of Mason. It was a beautiful, technical fight, and I can't wait to see if Mason does more in this league. He did return after 2.5 years and fought the champion, so maybe we can have a fight somebody who's not the champion. Maybe he could work his way up slowly but surely. You know, Emory, what do you have to say after that? Started from the top. No. Okay.
I'm retiring. As the 2-time the 6th defense Hall of Famer of Mason's House Championship. You heard it here. I will be taking part ownership of Mason's House, and I'm changing it to Emory's House Championship because I defeated Mason in hand-to-hand combat. He fought honorably. It was the only honorable opponent I've ever faced in my entire Mason's House Championship. Just kidding. Emory's House Championship career. Thank you and good night.
Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen. Some big announcements. Emory is retiring for, I think, the 3rd time of Mason's House Championship history, retiring at the record of 9-3 with 3 defenses. He's a 2-time champion, and now he's retiring, giving up his belt, which means the next time we have a main event, it will be for the belt, and it will not feature Emory. Ladies and gentlemen, who will be the next champion? This was an amazing. Trey, do you have any words to close out the show?
You know, I just want to say it was truly heartbreaking to watch, but, you know, Mason finally returned after 2.5 years to get put down by the man himself, the true villain of the series. Seems like with retirement, he's running away, scared of all of the heat he will inevitably attract. He knows he can't stay at the top for long, so he's bowing out now.
I am unretiring from Emory's House Championship, and I call out Trey for the next match to defend the belt. To defend the belt of Emory's House Championship. Thank you.
This will be a
Good night.
Since he retired and unretired, this will be a vacant belt match. Trey, you heard it here first, folks. Trey will take on Emory for the belt in his next fight. Will Trey secure his first ever championship against Emory?
That right there is how you secure yourself a title fight, folks.
He talked his way into it, and he got it, ladies and gentlemen, which means the next fight could be Nate versus Matt. That'd be crazy. I do have an announcement. Me and Nate talked about it earlier. We need to induct a match into the Hall of Fame. You know, we have a person in the Hall of Fame. The only person is Emory. He's the only two-time Hall of Famer. And, you know, there have been some good matches. Me and Nate were talking about. There have been some good matches in the series. You know, countless. You can count them, though. But there was an amazing fight with Gary. There was an amazing fight with Gary and another competitor in this series. Gary and this other competitor went the full way. It was for the championship. Gary won. I mean, this match could have been any better. Gary versus Nate, ladies and gentlemen. Gary versus Nate is inducted into the Hall of Fame. Contrary to popular belief, Gary versus Emory will not be inducted in the Hall of Fame. That's all I got to say about that. Anybody else have any final words? Anybody want to share? Feel free. Chime in. That's hard. Raid Shadow Legends, you know. NordVPN, MeUndies. BetterHelp. What's the mattress one? Helix Mattress. Manscaped. Blue Chew.
My Pillow.
By Matt. Blue Chew. My Pillow. Fig Newton. Fig Newton, big sponsor. Oreo. Apple. Apple. they've invested. Verizon. Verizon. Bro, we got a Verizon member sponsor. 4G LTE. Mason, did you want to say any final words? As you know, this is basically your series named after you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mason.
I'm happy to be a sponsor. I guess I'll train more if we do this more so we could have some actual fights. But it's fun. Maybe sit up here with the big dogs one day, just talk, you know, not sweat through my hands, facing this. I don't even know how to explain him. He's scary, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost emotional. You know, one of the craziest episodes we had, we did it at that man's house, Mason's house, actually, which we've only done, contrary to the name, a couple times. Yeah, we did. There was like 20 people at your house. It was crazy. Mason didn't know many of them. But yeah, that really wraps up all we have to say. You know, it was great getting the gang back together. You know, Nate had to drop out for personal reasons. For fear fighting Trey, and that's fine. We're gonna have to book him in another fight in the next one.
Out of my match.
Nate,
The dog after me.
Nate, I feel like Matt meant to say Nate ducking, but he did. Yep, he did say Nate, but he did say Nate fucking. So maybe there's some behind the scenes between him and Trey. You know, there might be some stuff going on between him and Nate. He's fearful. But ladies and gentlemen, okay.
In order for Trey to fight me, he has to prove himself and fight Nate.
What happened to the call?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
When the
I'm tired of
when
called him out.
when you're the champion, and the whole arena is named after you, you can do and partial owner. You can do what you want, and I will. You're going to have to fight Nate.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Matt has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Matt and Emory are now the only Hall of Famers. Officially.